Hi, we're here with Bob Fu, the founder and leader of China Aid, a Christian organization. We're here at the conference put on by the Voice of the Martyrs. Thank you so much, Mr. Fu, for being with us and for everything you do. So you were talking a little bit about your new book, God's Secret Double Agent. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
It's really a book about how God's, faithfulness and impacting, a beggar son and into His kingdom, become a Christian, and then really equipped and mobilize myself and my family to be a freedom fighter, for religious freedom in China.
Wonderful, and it really struck me. You were talking about how the Communist Party was, persecuting Christians, arresting Christians, and how ironically that all worked for the benefit of the spread of the church. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, surely. It seems, yes, the persecution has been really worsening in the past 3 years, and the persecution since Communist Party took power in 1949 has never stopped. And even with most of all the missionaries from foreign countries were kicked out, yet there is more than ever extraordinary revival happening underground, and now really from less than 1 million Christians when Communist Party took power in China to now many believe it's already surpassed over 100 million Christians. And partially it's really, the Communist Party's persecution has become an engine. Maybe it's in the opposite way as God's servant to further the gospel of Jesus Christ. And look, when Christians were persecuted, the churches has been, purified, all became more persevere and endurance, and to also the better witness in the restrictive society. They have, the kind of joy, the kind of unconditional love, and the kind of forgiveness like Christ forgiving His enemies, really attractive more and more people to Christ. And even in prison, and the Christian prisoners had been sharing the gospel and led many prisoners, and including prison guards, to Christ. So it's a kind of always a winning situation for the kingdom of God. I think in that sense, I said maybe the Communist Party and its leaders has become, the God's servant in the opposite way, and so one day we should thank them, maybe through the persecution, the more revival has come.
Wonderful. And what can Americans do to highlight this problem and to do something maybe positive for Christianity, for freedom, for liberty in China?
I think first Americans can do is we should acknowledge and should really know more about the persecution, and partially because the Chinese government had sent its own misinformation campaign. Very little population of Americans know about the true situation on religious freedom. China jailed more religious prisoners than the rest of the world combined today. More maybe prisoner of journalists, right, than the rest of the world combined. And so we should know first, and being informed better, and then we should urge our representative governments to take some actions, to stand up to the Communist China. We not only running an economic deficit, I think we're running a conscience deficit. China is really persecuting these citizens of religious minorities, laborers, and journalists, and we shouldn't keep eye shut, or keep our voice shut, for the sake of a business deal. I think we shouldn't trade our conscience with a few business contracts. We should take action to tell China, this is the foundation for our country, and we should, China should change. And thirdly, we should really mobilize more people, business leaders, political leaders, when they go to China, raise the profiles of prisoner conscience to help advance freedom for all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Fu.
Thank you.